Hey friends, come on in. Happy Hour Monday. Hopefully you guys got my email or one of my messages and you're on your way. I better take off my little handmade band-aid here. All right, guys, we are going to do another cute and easy, simple painting and a little bit of glass art. I didn't get to use my cute hearts the other day, so I'm going to do one more project with pink so that we can use them. So when you get here, let me know you're here. I'm getting this pulled up so I can read your comments on my iPad while you're checking in and saying, hey, love knowing you're here. There we go. Hope the light is good. Let's see. Are the lights good? Because it looks dark on my iPad, but sometimes you guys tell me, no, it looks fine. So you're underway. Like I said, this is a super easy painting. It will not take us any time to do. And I actually am giving y'all the tracer for this if you would like it. It'll be super cute to paint on sacks, on a card, or let's see, what else? I don't know, you know, just like this, a canvas. This is like a wood canvas, and it's got a really hard surface. I can't remember what this is called, but it's really nice to work on with resin. And for beginners to resin, it's got this little ledge that'll keep your resin from spilling over the edge. Lots of you guys asked me about that, and taping the back. And yes, you know, if you're just doing it on a canvas, you just turn it over and tape the back. You know, like say this is a canvas, you turn it over and tape the back like this right along the edge so that if it runs over the canvas, it's gonna stick right here, and you'll have little dots of resin along here, which, you know, you don't really want to have, especially if you're going to sell it or give it away. You know, you want it to be really nice and clean looking. So these are great to work with. I've got this one at Michael's, but you can find them at any art supply store, Blick, or you know, Hobby Lobby, any place. Hello guys, I'm glad y'all are coming in. How's your Monday? Ooh, let's stop and share. I'm gonna send this to one of my groups that I haven't listed yet, and hope that you guys have somewhere you can send it for me as well. And we'll get started. We're gonna do a simple painting. And again, maybe one of you guys that are on already can tell me if you see a link pinned. I tried to do it, I hope I did, that will allow you guys to go and pick up the tracer for this little painting. I'm taking, let's see, can y'all see my palette? I'm taking some desert turquoise and white and just mixing a pretty, let's use all that, just a pretty blue background for this painting. And you see it goes on really smooth. I've already put down 2 coats of my multi-purpose sealer from DecoArt. Hi Joan, how are you? And let's see. Celeste, I saved those little dots. You do? You save the dots? So do you use an X-Acto knife, or how are you getting the dots off? That's funny, I've never even considered that they would be useful. They're a nuisance to me, so I try real hard not to have them. But that's a cute idea. Listen, you know, leave it to creators. We are going to find a use for everything. That's why we keep so much, because we're like, yeah, I'll use that later. Just turn your canvas so that you can get that little point. I'm using an angle brush, and you can get it right up to the edge and into that corner without going on the wood if you want to. I couldn't decide when I was thinking about doing this today. I always have trouble. Do I want to paint the wood? Do I want to leave it? Do I want to stain it? I never know what I want to do with it. So anything you want to do will work. Doesn't need to be neat or pretty. Just get it on there, because we're going to cover most of this. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's very cloudy, cold, and kind of nasty here. It just has not, it's been an inside day for me. Not a good day to get out. Okay, let's see. Hi, Sybil. Hi, Susie Q. Hey, Marcia. You did, Dana? Did y'all see the links? Is that what you're saying? I was wondering if my links stuck, because, you know, doing all my best to try to make things easy for you guys to find, because I do get a lot of messages after lives, and I always feel like I'm being helpful, but then I'm like, oh yes, I can give you that. I can give you, so I always forget to link everything. So I did try to link my tracer, and what else did I link? I think I just linked my website maybe. You can go see all the things. If you want to learn more, I'm going to be doing a few workshops on cutting glass and resin. So you want to be looking out for those. Of course, those are always free for our Art and Grace VIP members. So you ladies don't even need to worry, but that is included in your subscription. And but they'll be very informative, and we're not going to rush. We're going to go step by step. If you've taken one before, then you get a really good lesson on how to do glass and resin. Okay, let me stop here. I'm just kind of smearing it around, and we'll dry that and then do more. Let's see. It's not cool yet. It's not cool? Wow. That's crazy. I know. Oh, have you, Tina? Yeah, the weather doesn't help, does it, when it's back and forth and back and forth? Okay, I'm going to dry this. 1 second. I have to show y'all what I did the other day with some leftover. I had just enough resin to get this done. Can y'all see it? I can't tell where I'm at. Here, and hold this heat gun. And iPad hadn't caught up. Let's see. Yeah. So that turned out really pretty, and I did use a couple of these little hearts in here, and then the broken china pieces, but I do want to do something different here, and I think will be fun. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate you sprinkling this out. It's cold here. 5 inches of snow. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. I kind of was thinking, I think I'm just going to wait and see what this thing needs for its sides, because I'm not sure I know yet what I want to do. So y'all can help me. So we've got this pretty turquoise blue. You see what it's called? Desert turquoise. Keep forgetting. I love Bahama blue. This is just a little darker and not quite so bright and springy. You know what? We could probably mix these and get something let's try it. I'm all for experimenting. The Bahama blue is quite a bit springier to me. So let's just take a little and see if it makes a difference. Using those together. Again, take that point of your angle brush and just come into the point and see how it just fills that in and doesn't get all over your side. So let's use these together and make a more, I don't know, whimsical background. A lot of it will be covered with what we're going to do, but I do love a Bahama blue. And I do love mixing and seeing what I can get. I'm teaching art basics in my VIP group, so we really are focusing on mixing our own colors instead of always going and buying. But you know me, I'm still going to buy all the colors because I love paint and I love trying all the DecoArt colors. So I buy, but those that don't want to, can't afford to, whatever, can always mix. So you don't have to use what we all say we're using. Just mix your own colors. And we talked about the color wheel. Did you guys let me know if y'all watched that lesson or were in with me live, because We got another one tomorrow that I'm excited about. Okay. I actually like this better. I know it's probably hard for you to tell on camera, but it is more kind of whimsical and you can see the variations in color. It's subtle, but it's still really pretty. I'll hold this up and see if we can get it on camera a little better. And little bits of white here and there. Almost looks like wind. Okay. Trying to hold that up. You did, Judy. Hello, glad you're here. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Sydney. How is your home? I hope y'all are feeling better. Hey, Kelby. Hi, Daniela. The beach will do it. Oh, the beach. Don't remind me. Oh, we all need a little beach trip, don't we? Okay. Also, if you're new to painting, squeeze out that brush in your paper towel before you put it in your water, and you will have less murky water, so it will last you longer and you won't have lots of transfer color. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dry this a little bit. It's not very wet, so it won't take long. Anytime you're going to use resin, you do want to be sure that everything is completely dry. So if you're using the pre-sealer, I let that dry before I put my paint. Then I put my 2 layers of paint fairly thin, not too thick. Let them dry. If I'm using my premier paint, my texture paint, like this type it's a, heavy body paint, that will need to dry overnight. And then the next day you can do your resin on top. But everything needs to be dry before you resin. Hi, Lisa. Carrie, are you talking to me? I don't know what I posted if you're talking to me. Okay, let's go. So I'm going to show you, did anybody guess what I'm doing? Because I sent y'all a little sneak peek of my supplies, so you saw the pinks and greens. Somebody let me know if you saw it, and we'll do a little happy mail. It'll have to be the first person I see on my iPad, so don't be upset if your phone shows something different, because usually our phone is different than our iPad. So I'm going to see before I start painting if you guys know what this is going to be. And then I think we're going to do the wood. We'll paint it at the end because I just can't decide what I want. It's not a bunny. Oh, the bunny. Yes, I did get that video worked out to, where it's a lot faster to watch. I took out all the talking. So yeah, I did post that. Cactus, Trisha said. How did you know, Trisha? Happy mail for Trisha. Got you down, friend. That's it. First one I saw. All right, we're going to do a fun cactus. She probably knows because she's watched me so much, and I don't think I posted what I was going to do. Oh, let's get some pretty, I'm going to use citron green. That's another one of my favorites, spring and summer. And I've got a little bit of white. I've got my green. Let's get out a little Bahama blue. Well, we've got Bahama blue. Let's get out a little of the darker turquoise. We're going to use all these colors in our cactus. Okay, let me move that up. So to start with, I'm just using a round brush and loading that up with my green. And if you'll kind of work it in as you're going around, work that paint in, and then twirl it. See how I started kind of in here and I'm twirling it out a little. So my brush is real good and full of paint. And then we're just going to kind of do a little, little bit of a ground back here. I'm just kind of getting my shape on first. Be real careful. And that paint is going on so pretty because we've already got a nice base. We had a chili cook-off at church Sunday, and Ron got second place. It was so funny because he kind of goes back and forth with one of our friends, and they're both really good cooks, and she got first, he got second, so the war continues. He's beat her before, and It's just kind of, you know, everybody tries to beat them both. It's really kind of fun. It's mostly just trash talking, but she's a really good cook. I mean, well, they both are, but Ron was using somebody else's recipe. That's the secret, is he took an award-winning chili recipe and used that to win. So I don't know that that is the same as winning on your own, just, you know, making up your recipe. But anyway, he got second. Okay, so we've got a little bit of ground. Now we're going to kind of come back with our citron and add some interest to that. Just work that in. We'll really need to let it dry so that we don't just mesh them together like I'm kind of doing. So we'll come back in a minute, but I do usually go over it a little bit. Yeah, it was fun. We had a lot of fun. Lots of laughs and teasing, and yeah, the whole church gets into it because he does so much, you know, talking smack. So look how I'm using blue. I always forget to say I am a real color person. Colors make me happy. And like, tell me your favorite color and we'll see if we can notice anything. But what I notice is I'm always gravitating toward the colors that just make me happy and feel good. So pinks, yellows, blues, oranges, you know, some greens, especially these bright, happy greens. And, you know, some people love blue. Maybe their dad or their mom loved blue. But it's kind of interesting to see. So you can paint this in completely traditional colors, or you could use your own favorite colors. Maybe step outside the box and maybe do, at July 4th, do a patriotic cactus. Doesn't always have to be just like what we're doing when we paint. So for this, you know, I'm going to show you how to paint it, even though you can go get the tracer, and makes it super easy. But here is our base shape for our little cactus. This brush I'm using, I really like it because it's a cat tongues brush, is what it's called. And it's got a little bit of texture to it. And you just have to see when you use it. It's hard to explain what it feels like, but I really like using it. And you can get a lot of texture when you use a brush like this. So that's what I'm using. And then we'll take some more green and come up and do, and I like to kind of start at the top sometimes because I need to know that my little heart that I'm going to use, I'm going to, you know, probably use like a pink heart. So let's put it here. I just need to know that the tip of this is going to be good right there. You know what I mean? For it to land. So, and then let your brush do the work. That's why I chose a round brush for this part. Y'all with me? I think blue. Yes. And see, that's what's funny is you'll notice in mine that I incorporate my favorite colors into just about everything. And I'm always having to say to the ladies in my group, like, you can use your colors. Like, you don't have to use what I use. Because I know that not everybody wants pink in their paintings. So use any color you love. I use a lot of purple around, well, and it's about time to start thinking about the Alzheimer's event in June. But you'll see me go to lots of purple. And then same thing over here. We just need to be sure we have room for that heart. And we're going to put another, I wonder what the technical term for these are. Because I always call them like cactus arm. Celeste, do you know? Maybe one of you guys that have cactuses can tell me. I don't really, in my area, West Texas has a lot. But see how I'm just kind of coming back on top with some of this citron green? It's such a pretty green. Excuse me, love it. And then I'm going to grab some of the turquoise, put that in. You do, Trisha? Oh, Stephanie, is that your favorite purple? Does anybody have a favorite color because of like a parent you know, mom or dad? I'm just curious because once mine passed, I feel like I tend to gravitate toward things I know she would like. And my daughter's doing it because she picked out a painting recently. And I said, my mom, I said, who would love that? She goes, Graham. And I go, yeah. Yep, that looks just like something she would pick. So I don't know if that's kind of a thing that we all do. We just kind of, it's like a kind of a way to have them with you or honor them, knowing that you've got something in your home that they would love. But I promise, if you're painting, they're loving it. You know what I mean? That's going to make them happy, and to know that. I always pray that God, let my mom know I'm good and I miss her. I don't know how much she knows, but okay, let's let that rest a second. Let me hold that up where y'all can see a little better. Let's see if I can get my iPad closer to me. Pink. Thank you, Cynthia. Purple was your mom's too, Janice. Oh, I love that. Yeah, Mare, I love all the summer colors for sure. Amethyst. Oh, I'm so sorry. So young. How sad. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I got a little drop of paint. That's fine because we're fixing to put some little sprigs of grass, just something that represents grass. So just start at the base here and just kind of, always picture prickly kind of grass around cactus. Something like that. We are gonna give it some wild factor here in a second because I like crazy colorful paintings. Excuse me, I always sneeze in threes, I don't know why. Okay, so taking that citron green, we're gonna kind of give us some lines in our cactus. Make it whimsical, make it fun. You don't have to stress or make it perfect. So see how these are just very imperfect lines across here. And then we're gonna take some white with our citron and lighten it up even more and do some of the little, I don't know what you call them, but pokey things. Purple and pink. Oh, don't most little girls love purple and pink? I think that's cute. They did love red, Nancy. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, Joanne. I see that. I appreciate it. So I'm just quickly taking that to do some little spiky things. No rhyme or reason. They can go any which way. It's just a whimsical little painting, you guys. This is the kind of art that will help you relax. I said that, I don't know, Friday, I think, when I was painting. It's my type of things that I love to teach because I think we all need more of the relaxing stuff. Things that kind of lift your heart, lift your spirits, and, you can escape from the stresses of life with art. Of course, we all have to go back and deal with things, but you get a reprieve, you get a respite from whatever you're dealing with. For me, it was Alzheimer's with my mom, and for other people, it's completely different things. Maybe you've got a child or a grandchild that you're stressed about, or bills or jobs, it could be a million things. But, get alone with some paint and some music, especially uplifting music, and you'll see what it can do. See how quick and random? I mean, I am definitely, don't overthink it. Just get them on there because it's just meant to be fun. Now, one thing I like to do is bring my colors throughout the painting. So I just realized how much green I have on here, and I've got to put some back. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. Hi, Linda. Good to have you live. I'm glad you're here. How are you tonight? Linda always leaves me an encouraging word on my morning post. I didn't even get one done today, but I appreciate that, and many of you do, and I think it's so sweet. I'm always trying to encourage y'all, and then, oops, some of y'all are leaving me something encouraging. So thank you. I'm taking Royal Fuchsia on my brush. It's just a pretty bright pink, and we're going to kind of put some of this in our cactus. So I'm just touching down a few places because I like to kind of bring my colors throughout. It's pretty subtle what we're doing. It's not, you know, anything crazy, but it really does help the cohesiveness of your paintings. It's a little trick that I do. And you can put some in your ground, or, you know, maybe just a few like this. It doesn't have to be lifelike. That's the beauty of art. No rules. Okay. And then you can paint your heart, of course. I'm going to see what I think. If I like this, I'm not going to paint hearts. I'm just going to put these down with resin. So let's take a look. Oh, I forgot I pulled these. You know, again, I've showed these before. I don't know what they're called, but they're just really super shiny. And I was like, I wonder if we could add one of those. So like add it here and then put this on top. We'll just see. But I like adding fun things that kind of, I actually like that. Let me show you. Kind of gives it a little pop. And then for the top, we can maybe put more. Let's see what else I have in here. Look at our bag of tricks here. I don't know if I want all this, but I'm going to try it and see. Sorry guys, I know I just bumped that. What do y'all think? And I know you probably can't see. Let's see if I can try to hold those. Can you see that now? It just kind of holds up that heart and has a lot of bling on it. It's really pretty. Hi, Lori. Glad you jumped in. Oh, Linda, we have to really remember that, right? Count our blessings, for sure. What do y'all think? Do y'all like the little round thing? I think it's kind of cool to add an extra pop of sparkle when you turn it. And then something like this for this top one, just for fun. I did pull these because we can you know, add, this is again, I always do this on here. I take pieces that I've used on other projects and take the things I have left and then use them on a new project. So you can add some sprigs here of glass. Got some long ones I could cut, but let's look for some short ones, shorter. And I like using multiple colors of it. This is mosaic glass that I've just cut down into small sizes. Ooh, I like that. And then I have some even smaller. Oh, my fingers get so fat when I try to do this because these things are so tiny. You can definitely use tweezers or, you know, something to move them. That's much easier if you have, you know, if you're trying to get into a tight place. It really just is not enough room for our fingers to go. So just take your tweezers. So let me know if you're going to go grab that tracer and paint one. I have always done, whatever I paint, like on this, I'll paint some ATCs and send those out too. and that's always fun. So I think, if I remember right, I think I put an ATC size on the tracer. That's a giveaway. Now, ladies that are in the VIP group, you know, you don't have to go sign up to get the tracer. You get it in the group, but anybody else will need to give their email and let me email them to get the tracer. But I only send like once a week. Oh, and if you're not getting your email, like some people, you know, just, they don't receive it because they've never like confirmed their email, then just sign up again, because you're probably never going to receive it until you do that. So if you are frustrated because you never get it, that's why. You just need to go in and sign up again. I'm going to separate here. See how hard this is to use? Even just with tweezers, it's still hard to get them where you want them to go. And then one more. What color do I want? Maybe even a big one here. Hold, please. I'm going to make that do what I want it to do. I want this one to turn over. Oh, thanks. Linda, that was the downloadable, the clip art, is that right? And honestly, no, I think you said you'd like to see it in turquoise, but I just have gone on to the next. I've got so many projects to get done, so I really haven't had time to make another one. There we go. Okay, now if I cannot move those, I like that. Do y'all like the extra little sprigs added? I think they're fun. And super easy to just, you know, it's just a little time consuming because you do have to kind of move them where you want them, but there's those. I did pull some crushed glass just in case I didn't like the hearts, but I think they're super cute on there. Let's add, maybe, we'll see, just a few chunks of glass. I don't want it to like overtake everything, so we might just add a few. And I have clear as well. But it adds a lot. It will be pretty. Hold on, we got an odd, all right, I like to have an odd number. I know it's, nobody will notice but me, but. And then we're going to put my clear. Maybe we'll try it and see what we think. Just adding some clear. It may not be necessary. And you can dump it. Most people actually do just dump it. But I kind of tend to usually lay it down how I want it. But you can just take it and dump it if you like that look. That's totally fine. Do y'all like the clear? I'll hold it up in just a second and we'll see. I'm kind of dumping the little ones up here, but I think glass art is one of the most relaxing things I do. I love cutting it. And now this right here is crushed glass, so I didn't cut it myself. But like the grass that I used, and usually when you see flowers, the thing I did the other day, that's all hand cut. And it's very relaxing. But it is time consuming, so not everybody wants to take the time to do all that. Okay, let me hold that up and y'all tell me what you think. Now if I can not drop it. You like the glass, the clear? Thank you, Nelda. You're so sweet. Yes, tell Facebook we're enjoying this because they are mean to me. Okay, I like it. And then for painting our wood or leaving it, you know, kind of that raw wood, what do y'all think of that? I'm going to start mixing my colors, or my colors. I'm going to start mixing my resin. So let me know. Thank you. I will. No, don't put your email in the comments. Never, ever give your email in a public area like this, because there are, you know, bad people that will come along and grab it and who knows what, sign you up for who knows what. So if you're talking about getting the tracer, do you see a link maybe at the bottom and it looks like a little link? I kind of like it too. I never leave it wood, but I really do kind of like it. I think I will leave it unless somebody says something quick. So let me know if that link is there. I never did see anything, but if not, I can put it again to get, I think you're talking about getting the tracer, is that right? Let me just see here. Yeah, I don't have it right this second handy. Thank you, Sydney. It is there. Thank you, Trisha. Okay. So yeah, just click on the link that you see on my page here and it will take you to sign up for the tracer. Or you can go, you know, I think there's a couple of links, just check them out. One is my YouTube. I know I put my YouTube link so that you guys can watch me on Thursday if you're available. Thursday at 6, I'm going to be doing my very first live over on YouTube. First time ever in my life. I'm very nervous, but it's got to be done. I've been waiting and kind of nervous to do it. I'm just going to jump off the deep end. I don't know why I let things make me nervous, because it's just mind over matter. It's just, if I can go live here, I can go live there. So hopefully you guys will go and sign up and join me, because it will be really, really fun to do something different. And maybe, I don't know if I'm going to do good or choke, because I'll be a little nervous, but y'all can watch. This does not need a lot. It's a 6x6. So I'm thinking about how much. Now, if you go to the art, I use Art Resin brand, and if you go to their website, they have a calculator, and it's just Art Resin, all one word. They've got a calculator, and if you're using their brand, you can plug in 6x6 or whatever size you're using, and it will tell you exactly how much resin and hardener you need. So I am going to just go for it. I'm trying to look around to see if I have anything else. Oh, ladies in the group, this is the bunny we did the other day, and I did this little one too because I had extra resin. And look at the cute little beads. All these little beads I put on some of the flowers. So that turned out cute. I just haven't had time to film this, show y'all, but I did film that, and I filmed this one, so with the china. So I didn't need a whole lot of resin. I'm thinking, I guess I'll go ahead, 1 ounce is going to be so much, but I'm going to go ahead and do 1 ounce. And I've got one item I can use it on if I need to, if I have extra, because that's probably going to be a lot. But like I said, I use Art Resin. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you use 1 ounce of resin, you're going to use 1 ounce of hardener, 1/2 ounce resin, 1/2 ounce hardener. So it makes it super easy. And I do recommend that you mark your lines like I do on a cup, because it's so much easier to see. And that way you don't make a mistake and get the wrong amount of one, because you want a good cure. If you're going to take the time to learn and research and then create art. You want it to turn out perfectly. You don't want to have issues. So I try to save y'all from that. Since I do so much, occasionally I do have an issue. It's always user error. I've done something wrong. So once I have an error, I'll tell you, this is what I did. Here's how we can fix that and not do it again. So here's one for you. Put the lid on, the one you just poured, and then put it far away. I'll just put it right where it goes. And, oh, thanks, Celeste. Thank you, Monica. I mean, I don't know why it makes me nervous, but I'm sure some of y'all that are creators, you understand. It's just different. It's not our typical place. Facebook feels like home. You guys are all here, and over there, we don't have any clue who's going to come, if anyone. And I have heard from lots of creators that nobody comes at first because Facebook or YouTube has not learned who you are, what you do, whether you're safe to send people to you, and all the things. So, ooh, perfect. And now lid on that one and put it back. And I use little stir sticks. I'm going to just keep it in this tiny cup, but typically I will move it to a larger cup. Where is my, I know I had one. I showed it to y'all, didn't I? It's this. So usually I'll put it in here and stir, but I'm down to just having a couple of those. So I'm kind of being sparing. Let me set my little timer here. Y'all will know when this clock goes off. It's really loud, but I love it. And that was a gift, and I don't even know who from. They haven't told me. So thank you if you ever watch and see. And we're just going to stir slow and easy. Having it in this small cup is going to help with that because we can't whip it like it's cake batter. We have to go slow and easy. So I'm just going slow and easy. And we're going to mix these two together. And after 3 minutes, it will be perfect as long as we just keep stirring ever so often. We're going to take things off our stick and work it back in and keep stirring. This really would do better in a larger cup. And honestly, you could have this size for your larger projects and a smaller size for something like this. That's why I hate to waste it for such a small amount. And I'm just going to make this work. Always have your table covered. I've got like 4 layers of this table paper. So if anything spills over, I'll be okay. But you don't want resin just, you know, on your nice wood desk or something. So this resin is very safe in my opinion. I have done a lot of research. And so this is what I use and feel very comfortable having in my home around my family. But do your research so that you can say the same, so that you feel comfortable with yours. Let's see. Any comments, any questions? You need to go live on YouTube too? Well, I'll tell you anything you need to know after Thursday. I've actually done quite a bit of research on YouTube so that I feel safe there and I know how to keep you guys safe there. And so I'll share all that with you. What else was I going to say about that? 6 o'clock Thursday. If you got my email today, I've got it all in there. And if you missed me saying, if you don't get my emails, you can go sign up. I only send about 1 a week if I'm lucky, so I don't harass anybody. But we're just getting this thoroughly mixed up. So occasionally I'm scraping the sides, scraping the bottom, and then letting that stick, you know, get scraped and work that stuff back in. So you get it really nice. And hi, Claudia. How are you feeling? Hi, Arla. How are you guys at your house? You ladies are both on my list. Good to see you. Hopefully get a little update. Oh, I knew it. It looks so nice and clear. I knew that bell was about to ring. Okay, so we'll see bubbles. That's no problem. We're going to use our little butane torch to get them out. By the way, I did put a post on my page today because this torch that I use is on sale. I highly considered buying another one just for backup because can you see how messy mine is? Because sometimes you get resin on your gloves, like I've got a little bit right now, and then I touch it, and so it's just really tacky looking. but it works great, so I didn't order another one. There's nothing wrong with it other than just looks. But let me show you super quick. This one is full. I just filled it the other day. But I buy, you know, some butane in a tiny can like this. It's a very small amount, 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces. And when you take this off, you've got the little spout. And on the bottom of your butane torch, you've got the little hole. I'm not going to do this right now because, like I said, it's completely full. But you just put that there and press, and it's going to kind of sound almost like a bubbling up or something. I don't know how to explain it. Just air going in here is what it sounds like. And when you hear a sputter, it'll just kind of sputter, almost like a little liquid's coming out. That's when you stop, and you just put the lid on, put it back where you put it. I like to do this outside, but I don't usually. But it is probably safest to do anything like this outside. But, I mean, you know, people use this in their kitchen every day, and they don't go outside to do it. So it's just a tip. If you have a quick access to outdoors, maybe do it outside. And then let it sit. Just let it sit on a table for 15 minutes before you use it. That's what I do. That's, you know, recommended best practice. And then you turn it on just here on the back. There's an open, close. So let's open it. And I always check this because if you have it on high, maybe your fingers moved it, it comes out a pretty good flame. So I put it on about medium. You can start small, and then if you need more, move it up. And that's all you need to know about this. It's very easy to use. And I hold it back a little ways. You know, people always ask me how far. Probably 6 inches is what's recommended, but sometimes I do go a little closer, as long as you're keeping it moving really quickly and don't leave it on one spot. So even if you see a little particle, don't leave it there trying to burn the particle. You're going to burn your resin. Take a toothpick. I did have one. What? There it is. Take a toothpick and get that particle with the toothpick, okay? So that's just a couple of things I've noticed people do that you don't need to do. And since we are, oh, you just received your torch? Oh, awesome. And Celeste, I actually have a video for anybody that wants to go look at it. It's on YouTube, and it's how to fill your butane torch. So it will show you what I just did. The next time I fill it, I'll do it on a live so that you guys can see me do it in real time. The problem with that is you got to wait 15 minutes to use it, or at least I follow that guide. So we'll do it at the beginning of a live and then use it when I'm ready. So I've got my resin all mixed up. I can just literally pour it on. And that's all we need to do is just pour it on the glass. Art resin is self-leveling, so it will continue to level over the next hour or so. But you do want to help it. You do want to see how I've gotten it all on this edge. And then I did the middle. And we're going to come up here and be sure we've got it up to this edge. And just kind of get it even as you can do just by pouring it like this. And if you want your glass to have it on it, you know, you can definitely pour it on the glass. But I sometimes just take it on my stick like this and then kind of go over the glass. So you don't have to pour it on. See, that's another way we can do it, is kind of moosh it around and put that back. And he's got plenty on him. These pieces don't have to have resin on them, you know, but I do like to cover most of my glass with resin. And then just scrape. Any questions while I'm showing y'all this? Definitely wear gloves because you don't want this sticky stuff on your hands. One thing that is good for me to remember is, because I just forget that not everybody knows or has been on the part of my life where I told this, but when you've got this all done, I'll show you cleanup. So one of you remind me how I clean everything, and I'm going to show you. You know, when you've been doing something for so long, you forget that it's not just natural. So you guys always ask questions. Look and see. Thank you, Joan. Okay. I'll take a paper towel and get all the resin I can get off, you know, with that paper towel right now. Because I do get my gloves kind of messy sometimes. And I always have lots of paper towels handy. And I'm going to take my butane torch. It's on the medium setting. And we're going to just kind of go make a pass at this and pop all the bubbles that I see. But see how I'm keeping it moving? Let's see if I'm in camera. You can take a little, this is a silicone stick. You can use a craft stick like a popsicle stick and move things around. I use a toothpick a lot to just kind of move my little pieces. And what you do now is, I call it babysitting it. So you can even set a timer for like 15 minutes. Come back in 15 minutes and see if, for example, if maybe this piece has moved over here like that. That's all that would happen. It would just barely move. Most of the time, nothing moves at all. But occasionally, something really light, like a little tiny bead, might move. So I'll just take my little stick or toothpick and move it back. That's all you do. And then when I check it in 15 minutes, I also have my torch ready. So if any additional bubbles have popped up, I'll just do a quick run through and pop them. And you cover this with a clear. So this is one that I have used too. It's one of those little bins like this, but I have taken it and turned it this way and covered it, and then I took a piece of paper and taped it. So you don't have to go buy anything. You probably have something in your home that you can use in a pinch. You can also use a box lid or you know, an actual bin that's clear is the best thing, that has all four sides. So you just pop it on top, and that way you can look down and see it, be sure everything's good, nothing's moved, and you know, it's just really convenient. But there's always alternatives because you don't have to go buy everything all at once, you know. That looks great. Just one more time, just for good measure, and that's it. And then I would put this, because it's got the wood edges, I don't have to worry about my resin going over the sides. So I could literally just leave it just like this on my table, covered, so that no dust particles or dog hair gets into it, and let it sit overnight. And then in the morning, I can take it outside, take a picture or a video, show you guys, and then it's going to continue to get hard. So in the morning, like about 12 hours is a soft cure, and then in 72 hours, it's as hard as it's ever going to get, and I could ship it after that. So, you know, you do need to be patient as far as shipping, but tomorrow you'd be able to take a picture or take it outside and take a video and all that. Typically also, if you're new to resin, don't have a candle going with your butane torch. Now, I'm very experienced, and I'm not going to leave it, and I'm not going to come over here and be silly and play with my torch. But you know what I'm saying? Don't have a candle going. Probably anybody. Not even me. Like, it's probably just not good practice to have a candle around your butane torch. But mine are very separated, and I'm not going to. Now, I'm going to show you how I clean. So I'll take alcohol. This is 91% alcohol that I just pour from a bottle in here, and clean my stick that I used. I do get off the majority of resin before I do this with just a regular paper towel like I did on this. And now I'm taking that paper towel with alcohol and cleaning off this stick. And it is good to use again and again and again. So these things come in a big pack, you know, 20, 50, 100. But you really, if you can get somebody to send you one or give you one, you can reuse it over and over. You don't have to always, you know, buy a big pack. And then these kind of things are great to use. I didn't need it since this was so small, but this is a spatula like for makeup or face masks that you can use. And then I did use my little tweezers. So even though they're ugly because they've been used for years, they're still perfectly clean and fine to use. And just put those back. So having the alcohol or alcohol wipes works. This is just the cheapest alternative. I always do that. You can clean out your cups and reuse those over and over. So you would do the same thing where you get the majority with a paper towel. Get that as clean as you can with just a paper towel. And then go back and you're going to clean with your alcohol paper towel. But you see, it would take me a couple of paper towels and the time. So I typically don't do these little cups. I just throw them away. Now, if you have any concern about pets or kids getting into your stuff, I have taken this and put it into a baggie and ziplock the baggie and then put it in my trash. But my dog never gets in my trash, ever. She's just an older dog. She doesn't even think about it. Now, I leave food around and she's in it, but not that kind of stuff. But, you know, there's some safety things that I can teach you that will kind of help you. But for just somebody like us that doesn't have pets that are going to get into it, you can just put your used items in the trash and seal them up, you know, seal it with a knot and take it out. So that's it, guys. I hope you'll come back tomorrow and see this cured. I'll post a video or a picture. And be sure and grab the tracer if you'd like to paint or let your grandkids paint or color. And the other thing I was going to ask is to subscribe to my YouTube. And if you're available Thursday, come hang out at 6 o'clock on YouTube. And it should be fun. We'll see. You're so welcome there. Glad you were here. Thanks, Bobby. Thank you, Cynthia. Good. Oh, Celeste, you're becoming a rock star, girl. She's doing lots of good paintings. Hi, Annette. Annette is not on our time zone, so thank you for being here. All right, guys. I'm going to read your comments, and I'll answer any questions. Let me know if I can help you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.